Excellent. We're back again. Hopefully it's working. Yes, excellent. We are. This is episode 307, part 2. Part
307.2.
0.5 and a half.
Yes.
So you, gave you a couple of minutes to come up with some more 7 degrees of translation.
You did?
What is your second 7 degrees?
All right, my second 7 degrees.
He's still working on it, ladies and gentlemen.
So the second one I've got. This is a movie.
Okay.
All right. The War Stars Wake You Up.
That would be Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
That it is. Yes. Wake you up.
Say it again.
The War Stars Wake You Up.
Nice. That's right behind me. Right? Well, you can't see it anymore because the Last Jedi's there now. Okay, my final one for you, my friend. Okay. Hunter World Hunter.
Hunter World Hunter. Monster Hunter.
Keep going.
I can't remember what the title is. Monster Hunter something Unleashed. I can't remember what they called the game. I never got that.
Hunter World Hunter.
You'd make me look up what the actual new one's called?
I'm giving you the answer. Hunter World.
Oh, Monster Hunter World?
Yes.
Yes.
I
got 2 this time.
You got 2.
All right.
All right, one more. You got it?
This one here. TV.
Okay.
Movie.
Okay.
Board game.
Oh, what?
Video game.
No. What?
Pajamas.
Dude.
Okay, sorry, I'm just giving... all right. Who are you, Doctor?
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. I love this game. Seriously, I really do.
This is a fun game.
All right. Let's get back to some couch co-op.
All right.
We're going to move on to play some games. We've actually got a couple of game reviews to do. So why don't we jump in and do a couple of game reviews? Shall we do that?
Well, why don't I do my one that's not a game review first?
I guess. You know what? If you have to.
Listen, I want the spotlight back on me for a second.
All right. Go for it.
All right. I played sports.
Nobody likes sports.
Lots of people like sports. The NBA season just started, and so therefore people were really happy to hear that NBA Playground was coming back with NBA Playground 2, which is the second one. It is now published by 2K.
What was it before?
It was an independent before.
Oh, okay.
So NBA Playground 1 was an independent, so 2K is now taking it on. So that means microtransactions and all of that fun stuff. You want to unlock all the characters and everything like that. Microtransaction. You can buy packs and stuff like that. It is fun. I have not bought any of the stuff or anything like that.
Now, can you not unlock them through gameplay?
You can. You unlock. Well, you can't unlock. You don't unlock the characters through gameplay. In the last one, if you beat a team, you get to pick a guy off of that team. This one here, if you beat a team, you get credit that you can use to buy packs, and you can unlock players that way. It takes a long time to unlock guys if you don't feel like spending the money though. So you do get 2 players. Okay. You get 2 players from every team are unlocked automatically.
That sounds pretty in your face with microtransactions.
It is like if you want to play as your favorite guys, you need to
pay for them.
The nice thing is because it's 2K, they have the full NBA license, which includes legends. So you do have Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal, and all the legends are available to you in this game. It plays really well. You've got it looks a little bit prettier than last year's.
Okay. Anything new added to it, or is it almost the same game? Or
it's feels very, very similar game.
Okay.
Like there's not really a lot of different to it. It's just updated rosters, and it does look prettier.
Okay.
They've added a 3-point shootout mode, and the other thing is they've actually added online co-op and stuff like that now. I believe they have online. It was one or the other. They either didn't have online or they didn't have couch co-op before. One of the two they didn't have.
And now they do.
Now they do. They added that. So.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. I'm a sports guy, and this harkens back to the NBA Jam, NBA Street Days. So big fan of these types of things. So glad to have NBA game for like just a quick.
Well, I think NBA Jam is kind of like was the inspiration for it originally, was it?
Oh yeah, absolutely it was. The 2-on-2 big-headed players. Yeah, absolutely was the inspiration for it.
Awesome. So you're glad you reviewed it then?
I'm very glad. I'm a big fan of the sport games, and basketball is my sport of choice. So big fan of being able to play these. Particularly, I'm having this come out right at the beginning of the NBA season too.
Yeah, of course. This code was, I believe, provided by the publisher. So
yes, this was 2K. 2K was kind enough to let me play some sports this week.
Yes. All right. You know what? A very large game, literally and figuratively, came out this week. Let's talk about it.
All right.
OMG.
Red Dead Redemption 2. A title that I'm still like, why? You had so many. First you had Red Dead Revolver, then you had Red Dead Redemption. Did it really have to be Redemption 2? They could have come out with another Red Dead Revolution, there's plenty of R words out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Red Dead Redemption 2. Big game. Like, literally a huge game.
100+ gig download.
Yeah. Now, tell us what you think about this game. Can I just say, first of all,
yeah,
right off the bat, I want to say how absolutely gorgeous this game looks. Like, visually, this game is stunning, and I honestly can't think of any game previous to this that has looked this real. And I say that not just, yes, it's gorgeous looking, but as I'm playing it, Tico, like when I say when I say it looks real, I mean it literally, it looks like a photograph. When you look around, like there's been games, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they look gorgeous. But at the same time, there's something, because they're a little bit more colorful, the realism is a little bit lost on it. You know what I'm saying? This game, the colors in the world seem to be just that perfect muted shade where they're still colorful. Like the grass is green and the trees, you got the light colors, the dark colors. But if you look at it and if you just stop and take a look, it actually looks like a photograph. It is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a very cinematic game. Like the opening area of the game. So you start off. I don't know if this isn't spoilers, but if we just talk about where you start off, right?
No, it's a very snowy area. I'm not sure where they are.
You start off in the mountains.
In the mountains, yeah.
At number one, like trudging through snow, I'll be honest with you, I thought that's why I was walking that slowly at the beginning of the game, is because I was walking through snow and thinking, oh man, this is so realistic. No, you walk that slow the entire game, so it doesn't really matter. Oh my
gosh, I've never played a game, and the video you're watching right now, I actually got like 2 minutes of this just so you could see how slow that's the normal walk that he was just walking there.
Even the horse is slow, like.
Well, the slow. You got me saying the word slow now. The horse can at least gallop.
Yeah.
Right? But yes, if you just get on the horse and go, I'm like, why am I riding a horse? I can walk faster than this.
Yeah. It is a very... That was saying at the beginning of the game, it was so cinematic. It really invoked, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Hateful Eight, the Quentin Tarantino movie.
I haven't seen it, no.
So it immediately invoked that. Like it felt like I was watching a cutscene from that, like like an outtake from that movie. That's how realistic and real they've done this. It looks so absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it is.
I normally play games, with the volume a little lower, and I have a TV show going on, and I have
you can't do that with this game.
I turned off the TV. I put my phone down. I focus on the TV, and I just play this game. I want to know what's going on. It's important for me to pay attention to the story and to what's going on with this. It's that engaging so far.
Yeah, I agree. Beautiful game. It's getting a lot of really high marks, like 100% 10s. Like it's got a Metacritic rating of like 97 or something, even higher than that, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I agree with that. I'm having a hard time. Like, I don't know how to describe this, Tico. I'm having a hard time getting engaged in this game.
So the early parts of this game, and I've heard that once you get into Chapter 3, it sort of picks up a little bit. I'm still in Chapter 2, but Chapter 1 is really engaging because it's all the stuff in the snow, and there's a direction and place to go. Chapter 2 is, cowboy life simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you're a cowboy, and like, hey, you've got your camp, you got to do this, go hunting. Gutting animals looks like gross
Right.
in this thing. I'll be honest with you. It's like, oh, let's just take the skin right off of this thing.
Yeah.
Like ripping, like, oh, there's a rabbit. Let's just tear that. Like, it is a little graphic there, but like it really is. It's like, odd jobs. Go down to the saloon and get drunk. Go down and sell this thing here. It also doesn't tell you a lot of the stuff too. Like,
no, it tells you nothing. There's no hand holding in this
fast
game.
travel. I don't know how to do it. I know I've unlocked it because I paid for it. You had to do it, and I know I've done that. I just don't know exactly what I have to do it. So it doesn't really give you the walkthroughs for a lot of stuff.
I'm told I have to clean my horse because it's dirty, but I don't know where to get a freaking brush from to clean my horse.
I actually just, okay. Number one, you can ride him through a river. That will do it.
Yes, you can. That's right.
But when you go to the livery,
yeah.
Livery. When you go to livery for the first time and you buy your first horse from them, he throws in a brush.
Here's a brush. I went to the general store looking for a brush. They don't sell them.
Yeah, I did the same thing too. When you go to the livery for the first time and you buy your first horse from them, and there's actually a story mission, part of Cowboy Life Simulator that actually gets you to, like, hey, we have this horse. Ride this big horse down here, and you can sell the horse to these guys and buy a new horse. And when you buy the new horse, the guy goes, hey, since you're buying a horse, here's some feed and a brush. So now I have a brush.
Okay, well, I have no idea when that, because this is the thing, like on the map, there's a couple of little dots where you can go, and those are missions. Just like the first game, it shows you the name of a person, and that person usually has a mission for you. And it literally just starts the mission and cutscenes, and you go where you need to go. And the thing with this game is when you're done the mission, you're just left there wherever you finished. And I'm looking around like, you're all gone now. Now what do I do?
Even when you save the game and load back up, you don't start off from where you left your guy.
No,
you've been wandering around. You're back at your camp. You're in town. You're getting up off a bar stool. It's like he's been living his life, the entire time you've had the thing off.
Oh man, I came across a guy who wanted to do a duel with me, so I did and I was walking around. First time I was ever in town, we took a carriage into town, or a horse and buggy.
Yeah,
and then they left, and I was like, I have no horse now. And I didn't want to go steal a horse. So I'm walking around, and I get in a duel with some guy. And, of course, it's the first time I'd ever done it. So I'm like, I'm trying to read the controls. And before I can
you're up at the top left, and everything else is happening down at the bottom.
So by the time I'm done reading the instructions, the guy shoots and kills me. And so then I wake up just a few meters away. And guess what's right beside me, Tico?
Your horse.
My horse.
Well, it knew.
It just came running.
I've had to do the duel as well. I've actually done a couple of duels, and like the dueling is not super intuitive because
it's weird.
Like you're trying to read what you're supposed to do. That's one of the things. Like I have found a couple of times I have accidentally punched somebody or shot somebody in the face by accident once, because the buttons combinations and stuff to do certain things are not always the easiest to do.
Yeah, the controls, I'm going to be honest, the controls don't feel good in this game. It feels like there's too many buttons to do simple things, right? And even like if you're trying to lasso someone in the water or lasso anything, I feel like I'm pressing multiple buttons, and then you go do it again. You get your
toe up there to hold down a button. And,
it's the whole honestly, thing. You're not even far off, because that's sometimes what it feels like. I feel like I need a third hand just to play the game.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of things about this game. While it's gorgeous. It plays well. I cannot get over how slow the character moves. It's ridiculously slow.
Yeah.
It feels like some of this game, though, they started developing this game 6-7 years ago. It feels like this is a game from 6 or 7 years ago, in all ways except visually.
Yeah, think about the number of hours there. 100-hour work weeks for 7 years.
But they did not.
And I've still I've still seen glitches and stuff like that. I've seen carriages without horses. A carriage flipped itself.
Well, I saw a horse poop up in the air.
Well, that happens.
Magic horse poop.
That's real life. That
came out of the magic horse testicles, I guess.
Although that video I sent you, somebody, and I can't remember who it was to give them credit. It was a really cool video. A guy was threatening a guy with his gun.
Oh, yes.
To prove a point, he points the gun up in the air and shoots. And then a bird just drops down.
He shoots the bird out of the sky.
He just randomly shoots up and a bird drops. And I'm like, that was fantastic. The fact that that's happening while you're doing, birds are still flying over. You could fire a bullet and it could do that. I have again accidentally shot people in the face. I have gotten a bounty on me a couple of times because of crap, like some guy got knocked out or whatever, and I'm walking past him. It's like loot. I'm like, all right, I'll loot the guy, and then somehow I'm in trouble. Like somebody else stabbed the guy. Everybody saw that, said nothing. I go and take a toothpick out of his pocket, and I've got a $300 bounty on me in Valentine.
You're now wanted, exactly.
Yeah, I'm wanted. What about the guy who just stabbed him in the face? How about that guy?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it is weird. The controls feel off. They feel sluggish. I guess that's the best word to say. Everything feels really sluggish, And I guess it's hard coming off of something like Assassin's Creed to play something like this, where Assassin's Creed, you're like a superhero moving at Mach speed. And now you're like you're just it's the Wild West. You just mosey, right? In the Wild West, it's just a mosey. So
I understand, from what I understand, they made the game slow like that because they wanted people to have to sort of stop and smell the roses. If you can go too quick and run from area to area, it's going to stop you from because of the distance involved. Like, hey, there's that quest over there. I'm going to go do that quest. It's like, you know what? There's 4 or 5 quests around here. I'm going to do those first before I mosey all the way over there because it'll take me 3 years to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
So you sort of leave it a little bit more to finishing the stuff around you. So it's more of, I guess, the speed of your character is what they've put in there as a pacing device. It can get frustrating when I just want to walk across the camp.
Yeah. I'm not at a point in the game though where I feel like I want to go back and play. Like it's not pulling me in. The story, because there's no, right now it's I'm living the cowboy life. There's nothing that says, hey, you want to find out what happens next in the story. The first one did. The first one I was addicted to.
Yeah, the first one really, I gotta clear the next outpost. I have to do the next mission. I have to do the next thing, and it really pulled you along. Where this one here is just sort of feels like at least in chapter 2. Again, I'm gonna keep playing because it is beautiful. I do like the game, but it really feels like it's holding you back.
Agreed. And I don't think I agree with the perfect scores that are out there on it.
No,
I don't think it's a perfect game. It is a gorgeous game.
Probably absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, probably the best looking game I think ever made. Honestly, in terms of realism, in how real and beautiful everything looks. In terms of controls, I think it's sluggish, and it feels like it's a game in the past. It's a game that hasn't grown up with the times. Almost like the developers didn't peek their head up and say, hey, what's the world of gaming look like today?
Yeah.
Things are more complicated than they need to be.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I mean, it's the fastest, best-selling game ever, according to the news.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Those are our brief thoughts on it. I think if you like the first one, you're probably going to love the second one, or be a little bit like me, whereas, yes, I want to play it, but I'm not feeling like I'm being drawn back into it. But at the same time, I'm not just going to give up on it, I think is the best way to say it. Yeah,
I want to see what Chapter 3 brings. I do want to see how that, expands it. And I want to see the story that pulls you along with it. Like right now, like you said, you finish a mission and you're wherever that mission finishes, and there's not a new mission there for you to carry you back into the spot. It's like you now go back to your camp and get another mission.
Exactly. So,
and it doesn't feel fluid.
Agreed. So that is Red Dead Redemption 2 review from the OMG Hour. and now we've got Call of Cthulhu, the video game.
The official video game.
Yes, this is this is what? This is an adventure, detective mystery style game, I guess.
Yeah, set in the H.P. Lovecraft universe.
Set in like early 1900s, maybe 1920-ish.
1923,
yeah, the Prohibition.
I believe. It feels very 1923-ish.
Yeah, it's during the Prohibition.
Yes.
So you are a detective who's been given a case to go to Blackwater, which is an island off of Darkwater, which is an island off of the coast of Boston.
As it always is. Brian could probably point exactly to where this is for us.
Is it even a real place?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Brian knows if it's a real place. You're essentially a detective. You investigate these scenes and you put clues together and you've got lots of notes that you're taking and you have dialogue trees with the people around town trying to solve this mystery and you have stats for your character, and those stats actually directly affect the gameplay, because if you don't have enough, say, strength, then maybe you can't do one thing, so you have to figure out a different way of doing it. Right?
Yeah, a good example is this mission that's actually showing on the thing right now. Is this is a thing you're trying to sneak into a warehouse.
Yep.
And so we're going around and we're finding pieces of a crank and a lever.
Yes.
To do this, but you're not strong enough to do it because I didn't put it. I'm not sure if this is my video or yours. Mine, I assume.
This is my video, actually.
Oh, this is yours. Okay, I didn't put enough points into strength, so I couldn't do the
Same thing. I did not increase my strength, so I couldn't open the grate that I needed to. I had to find some other way into the warehouse.
And there are other ways. What this game feels like to me, this is like a Telltale game.
Yes.
It feels like it's chapter by chapter, decisions and stuff like that. And you're just trying to figure out how to get in there. There are multiple paths, which is a little bit different from a Telltale game, but it feels like it's a Cthulhu Telltale game.
And it is creepy. It's a very dark game. Visually, the game is not that good looking. I'm going to be straight with you. It is an ugly looking game, but
it is.
I kind of
does not feel like a 2018 title.
No, it's. I think you described it in our chat the other day, Tika. You mentioned that it looks like a 2010 PC game.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit better than that, but yes, it is kind of like that. This is certainly not a 4K, HDR title. It's really dark and gritty. In fact, a lot of the scenes have this like film grain effect on it. Yeah. Making it look even darker and even grittier. And I don't know if that's to cover up flaws or what, but it just makes it feel ugly. But that doesn't detract from the story. And actually, it's a very interesting game.
I will say this: some of the voice acting for the extras is not good.
No, you're right. They're not. They're
the fake Boston accent. You're not a sailor. Thing that I kept hearing as I walked past that guy trying to throw the killer whale back in the thing. It did not sound good. That being said, I mean it looks very weird, like off-putting, like the character models are a little off-putting. Yeah. But I do like the game.
I do too.
The environment really, like, it reminds me of like Far Harbor in Fallout 4.
Okay.
Like these sort of cobbled together town. Even the TV show Haven.
Yes.
If you recall that one there, like
Haven.
Like the feel of the town. Sort of, I don't know, just like the old fishing village. I guess Bostonian fishing village. It does have that right feeling to it.
Yeah, it is an interesting game. I'm actually really enjoying it. I plan to play some of this during my Extra Life stream. So if you're around for that, you'll see some of that. I don't know how long the game is. I'm a couple of hours in. It is really interesting. There's a lot to look at. The game doesn't leave anything for you to really find, to be honest with you, because it highlights everything you can interact with.
Yeah, there's like a glowing...
Yeah, there's a glowing circle on everything you can interact with. So it's kind of... How do I put it? It's kind of a brainless game. I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's like a Telltale game. Everything is highlighted for you to talk to and look at and stuff like that. So everything is laid out for you.
It's an interactive story. It really is an interactive novel, but your decisions will affect the events. It'll affect the dialogue choices you have. You'll get different dialogue choices if you find certain clues, or if you act a certain way, then a different dialogue option will come up. So, and again, because you're a detective, you're trying to recreate scenes and figure out right now the case is the mystery of the family that was killed years ago, and someone believes that it wasn't an accident. So he's asked you to investigate because they believe it was a murder. And you're trying to figure out what happened, and this town seems to be protecting something.
Yeah. And as it goes along, too, your sanity level is affected as well as you go along, and that's obviously in the Cthulhu. And I am looking forward to further chapters to see how that affects gameplay as well.
For sure, yeah. So your sanity and your health, all that, just like any game based on the Call of Cthulhu or the Cthulhu mythos, sanity is a huge factor in this, and I have yet to see how it actually manifests in the game, which I'm interested to see. But it is a compelling game. It's like we said earlier, it's not a good-looking game. It's a little bit dirty and rugged and kind of a little bit old-looking. But I kind of wonder, Tico, if that's intentional, because it is a dark game. Right?
It is. It's a very
and sometimes like literally dark.
Yeah.
So. That's Call of Cthulhu. I'm enjoying it. If you like these kind of mysteries, dark Cthulhu mythos, then I would say check it out. Like it's good. I enjoy it. What are your final thoughts?
I'm enjoying it too. I'm a big fan of this genre. I kind of want to play some Mansion of Madness now after having played a few hours of this.
Oh man, this is really kind of along the lines of Mansions of Madness, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, really enjoying it. Enjoy that style of game. I do like that it's not one of those games that has like a ton of text everywhere. I'm glad that they threw some voice acting in, even though it's bad voice acting, because those ones like these games where they're like, and here's your conversation, read these three pages of dialogue,
and then it's just boring.
Then it's just like click, 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 and then I don't know what the story is. So I'm
Everything
engaged.
is voiced.
Good.
Everything is voiced. There are some things to read, like when you pick up clues and objects, but it is definitely worth checking out if you like it. And come on to the stream tomorrow, and you'll see some more of it as I do go through Extra Life right here on our YouTube channel. So that is Call of Cthulhu. All right. Let's get back to some couch co-op. We've got just a few minutes left. Northern Zoot's on watching us. How you doing, Northern Zoot?
Hey.
Okay, we mentioned earlier Red Dead Redemption 2 as we reviewed it. Biggest opening weekend in entertainment history and slowest walk speed in entertainment history.
Let's see. Him versus Jason from Friday the 13th. Yep, Jason wins in a foot race.
In the game? Because, you played that game and you thought he was slow. I played that,
yeah.
Yeah. Now
he's slow too. So Jason wins in a foot race. I'm just saying that's how slow.
So even Jason is faster than Arthur Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah. Seriously.
It is slow. It doesn't make me not want. I use my horse way more often. It's weird because Assassin's Creed has a horse as well, and I never use it because I just find it's easier to run from area to area, not call my horse. And this one here, it's so brutally painful. Like I have to call the horse.
Yeah. And maybe that's the point.
And then I feel bad because you're tapping A and it pops up that little message. It's like your horse is going to get sad because
you're making him run too fast.
I'm like, come on, just give me a horse that doesn't get upset about things.
Right. Now, along these lines, there's a really great article, and it is from Kotaku. That it's really well written, and I agree with a lot of it. It says Red Dead Redemption 2 defiantly bucks open world trends, and it talks about the reason why it feels so different today is because a lot of games are starting to adopt what they call the Ubisoft formula. This is a formula that Ubisoft started to create after Far Cry 2. Once Far Cry 3 came in, the Assassin's Creed, you start getting these open worlds with a lot of things to do. Everything's outlined. You have information on the screen telling you where you are, what you need to do, information on what level you are. You know, you'll open up the map and there's points of interest and everything's all over the map. Everything's sort of laid out for you, and you're just given this world to go live in, go do as you want, you know, from place to place. And so people are getting used to, and I agree, I've gotten used to that. I've gotten used to saying, oh, there's this huge map of things to do. I'm going to go do all this, right? Yeah. Red Dead Redemption says, no, we're not doing any of that. There's no information on screen. You know, I think there's a map that disappears after a while if you're not doing anything.
You could, depending on your settings, you can have it stay out.
Yeah,
in the bottom left there. Yeah.
When you open the map itself, there's nothing on it except locations of people you've met. Right?
Yeah.
Or
and towns and areas that you've been to already. You map your own world.
Yeah, you essentially
you have to map it.
It's only mapped when you either visit a location, you meet a person, or you learn about a location of something.
Yeah.
Then that location.
Go up north, just left of this, and you've got a little blip on your map. Like,
exactly.
Hey, you can go up here and see. It's like the area is still all fogged out.
Yeah.
But that blip tells you, hey, there's
something's there
over here.
Right? So go that direction. So it's like, again, they're throwing you into this Wild West scenario, and you know, you've got to write things down, essentially. I've also found, Tico, that in Red Dead there's no, I can't find, like, someone told me they want me to get them something. I think Dutch said, I want you to get me something, and I can't find anywhere where I've got a record of what is it he asked for. I don't remember what he asked for.
Yeah, I've had that too. Like, I killed a legendary bear.
Oh, nice.
And I skinned him and put his pelt thing, and I brought the pelt with me back to camp, and I'm like, what do I do with this pelt? And nobody will tell me where to bring it. Nobody will tell me what to do with it. So it's just like, I go to put it down. It's like, and then it, like, you know, jump cuts me. It's like, we're going to leave this here, like just off to the side of the camp. But if you don't, I left and I came back and now it's gone because I put it down. Because it decays if you leave like pelts and stuff like that. So I did some reading. Apparently, you have to bring the pelts and stuff like that to a fence and sell them to a fence.
And sell them. Okay.
But you can't do it like there's not a fence in your camp, so you have to find the fence first. Which is kind of cool that you have to find these things. But tell me
like you said in the review, it's Cowboy Life Simulator.
Yeah, tell me that somewhere. Like say, hey, you want to sell this thing? Hey, maybe find a fence and sell it to him. So at least don't go looking for a fence, not going, why is this pile of bear meat just rotting over here?
So there's a lot about the game that really goes against the traditions of what has become the Ubisoft style of open world game. And that, I think, is really where a lot of the pushback is coming from players, including myself. I'm not saying I'm not. Believe me, it's a shock playing this game. You know, you have to relearn a lot of things, but we only have a couple of minutes left, and there's a really cool article. Of course, I'm a huge PR. I can't even speak. I'm so tired. I need to sleep. I've got 25 hours of gaming to do starting tomorrow. Anyway, I'm a huge VR fan. You all know that. Sony PlayStation VR is now 2 years old, and Sony has patented some VR2 tech that looks like a couple of things. There's been a few leaks about PlayStation 5, modified controllers for PlayStation 5. There's an article here, but it doesn't quite explain what's different about the controller, so it's a weird article saying controller design leak. I'm like, well, what's different about it? It doesn't say. But what's interesting is the VR tech that they're patenting. Looks like the tech is going to be built into PS5, right? So you won't have a separate unit, right? So you'll plug the VR directly into the PlayStation 5. But they're also looking at a camera that automatically tracks the player. It rotates to track the player. They're also looking at ways of tracking the player's fingers using those cameras. So like for gripping things. Yeah. So this sounds really cool. Like it looks like they're really diving into improving VR tech for the next generation PlayStation, and I'm really excited to see what they come out with for that. So that'd be kind of cool. Like if you can come out with a controller where you literally have to pick things up with your hand, you know, and it can track where everything and the camera moves if the player moves. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do the visual tracking like with lights, because that's what causes drift. Because if you have something else in the room that is shining a light, like reflecting, it can throw the camera off. Because it thinks that's something to do with VR.
You got a mirror behind you. You don't want to have to reorganize and get towels over your mirrors and picture frames and stuff like that. So
because I originally had my camera facing the back of my room, which is over there, and there's movie posters on the back of the room. So of course,
which are glossy,
and of course it reflects things. And when I first got PSVR, the tracking was way off and screwing up. And I discovered it's because of the reflections in the posters behind me. So I moved my camera over and facing sort of like the corner of the room where there's nothing, right? Which is neat because I don't have to be in front of the TV when playing VR, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see them improve that tech and not have it be light-based. Be more actual camera-based. Like the Kinect. The Kinect could see you in the dark. I'd like to see that kind of tech involved with VR, and the way Oculus works, or even Vive. There's cameras in the room that track you. I'd love to see PlayStation move to that kind of tech as well. So it's more like, and you can move around in the games then, right? Because then you have cameras tracking you rather than lights, and you don't really go out of view, and you're not stuck in this like small box. You can kind of move around a bit, and you don't lose track. So I'm excited for the next gen of VR. We'll see where that goes. But on that note, that pretty much brings us to the end of this episode of the OMG Hour. That is episode number 307. Don't forget, Extra Life is tomorrow, November 3rd. I will be starting my stream at 8 o'clock in the morning, going straight through to 8 a.m. Sunday. It's actually 25 hours because the clocks go back while we were streaming. On my schedule, I do plan to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Call of Cthulhu, Forza Horizon 4, My Memory of Us, Red Dead Redemption 2, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Spider-Man, and Starlink. Those are the titles on my list. I may not get to all of them. We'll see how long I spend in Assassin's Creed.
I by the way, have finished Assassin's Creed.
Oh, right. You forgot to mention that.
I have finished the game. I am down now. They added 2 more achievements the other day.
Added?
So they added. There was one of the first Tales of Greece was added just yesterday.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it's free DLC. The first Tales of Greece pieces, free DLC. So they added 2 achievements.
And there's achievements
one is
tied to it. That's cool.
Yeah, there's one quest line and then a guy you have to hunt down and kill. So I still have to hunt him and kill him. I still have to kill one of the legendary, Medusa. We know Medusa's name. I still have to kill Medusa, and then I have to uncover. I have to find all of the visit all of the areas. Those are the only 3 achievements I have left in the game.
And because you 100%ed Origins, you feel you need
I have to do this now.
Yes.
So as they come up, as the DLC pops up, I have to do it, and I will have this game completed soon.
Awesome.
You can do that tomorrow.
Join me on our YouTube channel right here at OMG Nexus at youtube.com/OMG Nexus. If you haven't donated yet, come on in. I've still got a big list of games to give away. $25 or more gets you a choice of a game immediately. Donate and tell me what game you want, and it's yours. Check out the list, bit.ly/extra Sean, and come by our stream tomorrow. Say hi, keep me company. If you're up in the late hours of Sunday morning, drop in and say hi, keep me company, keep me awake. And that'd be awesome. So I am almost, Tico, I am $120 away from $2,500.
That's like just 5 people who would want a game from that list, which there's still some really good stuff on that list.
That's right. There's got to be 5 people who want a game from that list. I got Shadow of the Tomb Raider on that list still for PC. You PC gamers, PC Master Race. Come on, I've got a copy of Shadow of the Tomb Raider for you. I've got a copy of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Great game.
Come on, $25 gets you that game. Donate to this amazing cause.
I do want to point out, because I did this the other day. I actually dropped another $25. I was actually your first donator, but I dropped another $25 because I was looking through this. I'm like, I could use this as a Christmas gift. So think of that. If you guys are looking for Christmas gifts, look at the list. Look early. If you got kids and stuff, there's some great crash games in there.
Yeah.
$25 save you a ton.
Yeah.
To grab that before Christmas and helps out the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an awesome. I love doing this. It's my 9th year, and so that's it. Anyway, enough about Extra Life. Thank you for everybody who has donated. If you haven't and you want to, please do so. Help me reach my $2,500 goal and even surpass it. That would be awesome. So that is it for the OMG Hour, episode 307. Of course, I am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Ziantane, and that is Xiantayne.
And I am Tico, Mr. Second Place, at Mr. Second Place on the Twitters.
And you can follow the show on the Twitters at the OMG Hour. If you don't watch us on YouTube, come and check us out at youtube.com/OMGNexus. Give us a like, subscribe, and comments, and a thumbs up. And
that's 2 of them. 2 of them.
And finger guns.
And snaps and whatever you can do.
Whatever you can do.
Give your computer a high five.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.